Akwaba, Ikobo, Nkwandena Meta, Mauya, Murakazaneza. Welcome to Africa Ascending News, where the stories of our continent rise with strength, vision, and truth. I'm your host, Mercy. In this edition, we spotlight some of the most important developments that have taken place across Africa in recent days, events that reflect where we are heading and what must be talked about. These are not just headlines, they're milestones in Africa's ascent, and each story has unfolded within the past week, underscoring how fast change is happening on the continent. From economic milestones to environmental revolutions, from innovation to youth empowerment, these are the stories shaping our future. Here, Africa tells its own story. Let's begin with Kwame, who's tracking a telecom powerhouse making waves across the continent.
Ikabo, welcome. Airtel Africa is making headlines across the continent, having reached a record high in performance and value, firmly establishing itself as a telecom titan. With mobile data usage booming and financial services rapidly expanding, the company's rise reflects the growing momentum of Africa's digital revolution. In Nigeria, Ghana, and Kenya, Airtel is now more than a telecom provider. It's become a digital backbone. This growth mirrors the rise of Africa's middle class and an economy increasingly driven by innovation and connectivity. If you are watching this on your phone right now, you are part of this revolution. Like this video to support Africa's tech transformation. Africa's digital growth is not just online, it's taking root in the soil too. To show us how, here's Zenzi with a story that's literally changing landscapes.
Nkwandena Meta. Welcome. Ethiopia has planted over 700 million trees in just 24 hours, part of the nation's Green Legacy Initiative, aiming for 20 billion trees by 2026. This is about more than reforestation. It's a movement for climate justice, food security, and national pride. Local youth groups, elders, and students took part. It's an example of a country uniting around sustainability. One student said, "Every tree we plant is a voice for tomorrow." That's the kind of legacy Africa is building. What's your country doing for climate change? Drop a comment below and subscribe to support Africa's green future. From planting trees to building industries, Africa is shifting gears. Kwame brings us the latest on how mineral processing is turning raw potential into real power.
Africa is no longer just mining raw materials. We're refining them too. Ghana, Namibia, and Zimbabwe are now processing lithium, cobalt, and gold locally. This means jobs, technology, and power staying on African soil. Zimbabwe's lithium plant is set to export processed battery-grade lithium, placing it directly in the EV global supply chain. Instead of giving away our value, we're building wealth. That's what Africa Ascending is all about. Now let's move from minerals to megabytes. Zenzi takes us to Johannesburg, where a new data center is reshaping Africa's digital future.
Visa has launched a $57 million data center in Johannesburg, its first on the continent. This investment means faster, safer financial services across Africa and a huge step toward digital sovereignty. For local fintech startups and banks, this means lower latency, greater trust, and more access. It also means jobs in tech and cybersecurity. If you believe global investment belongs in Africa, not just from Africa, hit that like button and share this with a friend. But data isn't the only thing growing, so is innovation. Kwame returns with a look at the tech startups rewriting Africa's future.
From Nairobi to Accra, Africa's digital ecosystem is evolving fast. Flowcart is empowering online commerce. Sun King is providing solar-powered credit systems. And Google's AI Center in Ghana is tackling global health problems with African data. We're not just consuming tech anymore, we're creating it. Tell us in the comments, which African tech startup should we feature next? Don't forget to subscribe. Africa's digital future is here. Africa's future is digital, but it's also deeply human. Zenzi wraps up today's stories with a celebration of youth, sport, and cultural pride.
The Giants of Africa Festival is more than a basketball event. It's a celebration of youth potential, creativity, and leadership. Held in Kigali and Lagos, the festival empowers young people through sports, music, and mentorship. Started by Toronto Raptors executive Masai Ujiri, this festival proves that African youth are not just the future, they are the now. Comment below with a shout out to a young African leader you admire. Let's lift them up together. And with that, we pass it back to Mercy to close us out. Mercy?
Thank you, Kwame and Zenzi, for those powerful stories. Africa is not waiting for permission to rise. From fintech to forests, from data centers to sports arenas, our stories are rich, real, and rooted in power. If these stories inspired you, be part of the movement. Subscribe, like, and comment. Help us push the narrative forward. This is Africa Ascending, where Africa tells its own story. And the world finally listens, not out of charity, but out of respect. Yebahaya Bio. Ye Da Sepi. Have a blessed week, and we'll see you again soon.